How not to get fat during the holidays. Let's face it, November and December are the worst months of the year for health and wellness. And everyone's thinking about, man, how do I not put on those extra pounds when I'm going to holiday parties, Christmas parties, and celebrating all these events? I'm gonna show you how. My name's Apollo, and I'm founder of the Apollo Method. It's a health and wellness program for parents and busy professionals that aim to meet you where you're at. Like my client, Rich. He came to me last December and said, Apollo, you know what? I don't like the way I look. And quite frankly, I'm just out of shape. I'm in my 50s and I want to make sure that I can live a long life with my wife. So we created a program, got him on some structure, and in the first 6 months, he lost 56 pounds. And now through this holiday season, he knows what to do to stay in shape. America is known as a fat country. The obesity rate in America right now is 42%. Compared to that of other countries, which is just 16. And why is that? There's access to shitty food everywhere you turn. In supermarkets, it's in every aisle. It greets you the second you walk in. You can go on your phone and have fast food ordered to your house in an instant. It's everywhere you go. It's on every corner. And quite frankly, we have to do better. So here are the 5 things you need to know to not get fat during the holiday season. And you're gonna wanna make sure you stay tuned until number 5, because without number 5, none of the other ones matter. Number 1, treat the holidays like individual events and not like a 6-week vacation. Thanksgiving should be treated as a 3-hour eating event for your family. If you celebrate other holidays, Hanukkah, Christmas, or whatever you may celebrate, even holiday parties, treat it as that one event. Where people get into trouble is that on a given week during the holidays, you might have multiple events that you have to go to. If you went to all those events and ate anything you wanted and everything you wanted at all those events, how many calories is that during the week? There's an infamous saying, you can't out-train a bad diet, and it applies to the holidays. You can train as much as you want and you'll still put on a lot of weight. So what's the technique here? You have to really map out your week and put all these events on a calendar, and then say to yourself, you know what? If I'm trying to maintain and not get fat, I can only eat at 2 of these events out of the 4. If there's 3 events, choose 1 or 2. You can never choose all of them. And so at that given event, you tell yourself, you know what? I'm gonna take the hour-and-a-half window to eat whatever I want, indulge, and enjoy myself. And then you have to say, okay, that's it, and cut it off there. So you have to treat these meals as individual cheat meals and not cheat days. One day can blow your diet for the entire week. So imagine doing it 3 or 4. You're just not gonna make it. Number 2, keep your routine and keep moving. Consistency kills the holiday all or nothing trap. During the holidays, it's not the people that enjoy a few meals that get fat. It's the people that shut down their routine entirely. Remember, when you go to the gym, you're still releasing endorphins. Your body's still getting better. You can keep getting stronger. And also, behaviorally, when you go to the gym, inherently you're going to do things that are beneficial for you, like have a few clean meals. You'll say to yourself, you know what? I need to get my protein in because I just worked out. It's a thing called habit stacking. With one good decision, you can build other good decisions from that. If you shut down your routine completely and have the mentality of, you know what, I'll worry about it in January, you're fucked. And you have to get rid of that mentality as soon as possible. Keeping your routine and keeping moving through the holidays is actually the best way to ensure that you recover from the slow season. Because let's be realistic, I'm not saying that you should be thriving during the holiday season, but the objective is to still keep your routine and to still make progress. Progress doesn't have to mean losing weight. Progress can be improving your body composition and getting stronger. These are still things that are highly sought after. You have to think about the win, but it all starts with movement. So stay consistent and keep moving. What I do during the holidays is I'm supposed to train 6 days a week, so I keep my training routine the exact same way. The one thing that slips for me is definitely the nutrition. On Thanksgiving, I'm definitely gonna enjoy some pastelón and some cheesecake because I'm not going to deprive myself of enjoying a dinner with my family. The one thing I tell my clients is, I know everybody is not going to train 6 days a week, but for people that are actually trying to maintain what they have and even make a little bit of progress, I'd say 3 days a week is the minimum you wanna drop down to. Because imagine this, if you only train 2 days a week, but you're eating shit 5 days a week, how much progress are you gonna make? You're still gonna be going backward. And you have to think about this thing called like diminishing returns. You're not gonna train 1 day a week and think you're gonna make progress. And this is where we have to be realistic about outcomes and what we're doing. Set a minimum amount of days that you're going to train. Put it on the calendar because you'll be able to see what events you have during the week and stick to it. If you give yourself a minimum and a baseline and you stick to that baseline, you can feel proud of the fact that you're still structured and moving forward. Number 3, meal prep. Meal prepping is extremely important. What should meal prep look like during the holidays? It should look the exact same fucking way it did in July. The difference here is that you're going to be mindful of when you're going to go to your certain events, such as a holiday party or a Thanksgiving dinner. Start the day with high protein meals because you know you're gonna have a lot of carbs and fats at night. The objective here isn't to crash your metabolism by not eating during the day because you know you're gonna eat at night because you're saving all your calories for later, because that's how you'll develop a slow metabolism. You still wanna eat breakfast and lunch and even a snack, but once again, make it higher in protein, lower in fats and in carbs. Meal prepping is the one area that I feel that beginners and people who are trying to get in shape get wrong. And the reason for that is people who are at the top of their game in terms of being in shape, have good musculature, and just the ideal way to be when it comes to health and wellness, they weigh their food. I've been doing this for 20 years and I still weigh my food, and yet and still people who are beginning and out of shape think that this is a step they can skip and somehow get in shape. If you tell me that you can eyeball the amount of protein you're eating, you're lying to yourself. If you tell me you know the amount of carbs you're eating, you're lying to yourself. If you say I just had a handful of nuts, you probably ate your daily value of fat in one sitting because a handful of nuts is never just 1 ounce. It's always gonna be half the bag. Make sure you meal prep if you wanna be successful, because if you don't know what you're putting in, you'll never know what you're gonna get out, and you're more likely than not gonna get fat. And number 4, get movement in on the day of the event. What's the event? The holiday party, the potluck, Thanksgiving, Christmas. You want to move on the day of, because when you work out, one, you're releasing endorphins, and when you make one good decision, you're likely to make more good decisions, which are going to be beneficial for you. One thing that you have to really take into account when you think about these events is going to be preparing to actually get your workout done. And what does that mean? If you have children, you have to solidify childcare. Does your gym have childcare? Can your partner handle it? Can you get a friend to handle it? You want to make sure that you're actually able to complete it and not be one of these things where, like, if I get something in, that'll be good. That's not being intentional about what we're doing here. You want to ensure that on the day of, you are prepared, 1, with your gym bag, 2, knowing when you're going to go to the gym, and then execute on that, so that way when you're at the party later on and you're eating because it's a high calorie day, you don't feel like your day went to shit. You feel like it was intentional and you're enjoying yourself because it's the holidays. Make sure you get movement in on the day of the event, and that's gonna be a way that's gonna help you not get fat during the holidays. And number 5, the most important one, stop lying to yourself. People lie to themselves every single day, and you're never gonna be successful if you do that. They underestimate the amount that bad food plays on their success, and they overestimate how much work they're putting in to actually achieve what they want. It's like they say, Apollo, I don't get it. I've been going to the gym and I've been eating clean, and for some reason, I'm not accomplishing my goals. And the first question I'll ask is, well, are you meal prepping? No. Well, then how do you expect to accomplish your goals? Are you going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week? No. Well, then how do you expect to accomplish your goals? The thing is that people are overly optimistic about how easy it is to do this, and that's wrong. You think because you've told yourself that you want to lose weight, that you can just walk outside into the world without your food with you and make good decisions every single time you have to make a decision about food, and that's just not true. That's where you're lying to yourself. It's said that people who are seen as people who have high discipline often don't put themselves in the position to have to exercise that discipline. And this is the same thing when it comes to food and working out. If you meal prepped and you have your lunch with you and you know what you're eating for the day, well, guess what? You're more likely not gonna eat the stuff from outside because you prepare food and you have it there with you. So there's no temptation. If you're going to the store all the time and have to make the choice of eating 4 times in a day because you don't have food with you, guess what? One of those times, you will get the extra mayo. You're gonna go for the chips. It's the holiday season. There's gonna be food in your office that you're going to pick at because you're hungry. Why? Because you didn't prepare. You have to stop lying to yourself about the expectation and the results that you're going to get with the effort that you're not putting in. What I say you do this holiday season is take inventory of the actions you do on a daily basis. Like, actually sit down and say, what am I doing to accomplish my goals? Take those actions and see if it aligns with the outcomes that you want. Because if you don't, once again, we can go back to the drawing board and start at the beginning to create a plan for you that actually works, but stop lying to yourself. In conclusion, the first thing you wanna do is make the choice to not get fat during the holidays. I talk to people all the time, and they talk and they talk and they talk, but they don't execute. And the funny thing is that people are very good at talking, but extremely bad when it comes to executing. What we want to do is take those thoughts and put them on the ground into motion. We want to take that potential energy and turn it into kinetic. But first, you have to make the choice. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and every other thing they tell you at the end of these videos. And let's enjoy this holiday season. Take care, everyone.